Welcome back to the most dominant cornerback career of all time. Last year, Nick Sabaka had the greatest rookie season in NFL history, catching nearly 30 interceptions, but it wasn't quite enough to get his team to the playoffs. The lack of success probably had something to do with the Lions having to trade half of their starters to acquire the #1 pick to draft Nick in the first place. After doing some roster rebuilding in the offseason though, the Lions should come into this year as a playoff contender, and after barely missing out on NFL MVP last year, Nick is looking to get the first of his career this season. Let's go ahead and get into it, as I'll be playing all of Nick's second season in this video. So here we go, boys. The first game of Nick's second season in the NFL. It's going to be a tough one. He's taking on Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, and sits down the tight end on the first play for a loss. Nick's hit stick ability is something that he really worked on last year, but going to the other side here, the Ravens have a guy wide open, and somehow this is going to turn into a touchdown for them. So this defense is not off to a good start at all, but Nick getting tried for the first time and comes down with the pick. You see the length and the jumping ability there, and this has a chance to turn into a pick six, but we are going to get tracked down by the offensive lineman, and hopefully offense can turn this into some points before halftime. This Detroit offense was overall pretty bad last season, but they've been good in this one, and Nick gonna lurk up the flats, getting his second pick of the day, and this one is going to the house. First pick six of the year, and it looks like we got the Ravens in a great spot. Winning this one would be an excellent way to start the season, and Nick's teammates coming through too, getting the interception with just 2 minutes left. We might have it locked up. This is good to see because this secondary really didn't help Nick out at all last season. This game is surprisingly kind of turned into a blowout, and I'm trying to get one more pick for Nick, make that 3 on the day. And after losing out on the MVP to Lamar last year, it looks like Nick is off to a good start to winning it in his sophomore season. This Lions team might just be for real this year, and Nick played about as well as he could have, 3 picks with a pick 6 and tackled pretty well as well. Hopefully we can keep up the pace today against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, as Nick baiting up the curl here, and he threw it right to him. Nick, why are we not jumping for that, buddy? That should have been a pick 6. Alright, that is pretty frustrating, but this time baiting up the streak route, Nick is going to get tried again, and you know we're on those all day. Easy money for the pick, and I'm glad we made up for that quick, because I moved the quarter length down to 5 quarters, meaning we'll definitely have less opportunities at picks. We got to take those chances when they're given. And offense continues to be solid, making it 7-0, but Cowboys going up top here, and anytime they run this against our man coverage, we're scorched. And unfortunately, the boys on offense go 3 and out, as Nick matched up against CD Lamb here. He is running a deep post, and Dak is going to chuck that up. Nick is all over it. I couldn't see where the ball was going, but our safety gets the pick, toe tapping in the back of the end zone. We'll take it. Another turnover from offense though. We're gonna have to keep being stingy on defense, and Nick coming up with a tackle here. Okay, it's not like Nick's been putting up crazy tackle numbers or anything, but he has been really solid in run support and keeps laying those big hits. I definitely want to see a few more forced fumbles this season, as on 3rd and 5 we got the flats, and Nick blankets his entire side of the field. Just beautiful coverage. Probably not enough time for offense to score here though. Yeah, they actually give the Cowboys the ball back. They've been pretty terrible since the start of this game, and now Dallas has the chance to get something going. Looks like we'll see a little 5 wide, and I'm going to try to bait up that streak route. He is going up top, and uh-oh, dude, we might be cooked. Nick is going to get mossed right before halftime. That was not a risk that we needed to take. So a very rare blown coverage by Nick. Thankfully, offense bounces back at the start of the second half, but we got to find a way to make up for that, and Cowboys going with the out route here. I don't know why dude threw that. Nick was blanketing it, and this is going to be another crib call. Let's go. We take the lead on the Cowboys, and Nick is scuba diving in the end zone. Oh my god, defense has got to keep it going here. We've been very inconsistent, but Nick laying down another big hit, and there it is, his first forced fumble of the season, and we are gonna pick it up. That is an absolutely huge play. Nick is more than made up for getting beat. At this point, this game could turn into another blowout, and we got those flat routes figured out. Give me that, man. This game has been busted wide open pretty much single-handedly by Nick, and he is gonna taunt Dak Prescott on his way to the end zone. The MVP candidacy looking pretty strong right now, and that is going to do it for this one. Another resounding win against one of the better teams in the NFL, and Nick is on fire. 6 interceptions and a forced fumble already. Wow, look at the Lions locker room going crazy after the win. Absolutely beautiful. After a terrible start to last season, we're sitting at 2-0. Feels pretty good. If Nick can lead his team to a dub in this one, they'll have a great chance of making the playoffs and blowing up the screen here on 3rd down. Once again, we see some great tackling ability coming up in a big spot. Unfortunately, it looks like offense responded by turning it over, and Daniel Jones is going to power his way into the end zone. Okay, we might be in trouble in this one, and Nick doesn't have any turnovers going into the 3rd quarter. That's always kind of a recipe for trouble. Offense continues to struggle, need to make a play soon, and giving up a completion there, Nick's still able to lay down the big hit. What's crazy is he's putting these hits on like tight ends, not just on wide receivers. But New York goes play action, and they got us man. Our man coverage is kind of getting sliced up. This offense is just one of those offenses that's tougher to get picks against. They don't throw as many streak routes and stuff. We need a forced fumble or something. And this one heads to the fourth quarter looking dire. Giants have got it down inside the red zone as Nick trying to bait up in the cover 3. They go to the other side and he's going to have to range all the way over to make that tackle himself. Why can we not get a fumble right now? I'm pretty surprised the Giants are passing it here, and that's a curl route. We've got it baited up, and oh dude, I just overran it a little bit. I had it locked up, but the camera angle just threw me off a bit. That is incredibly frustrating. Probably would have been a pick 6. Okay, at the very least, offense got a touchdown to keep us in it, and for some reason the Giants are still passing it. We're gonna see the same route again. This time he doesn't throw it. All right, let's see what we get here. For some reason the Giants aren't really doing that good of a job of running the clock out, and they're gonna give us a 3rd and 24. Please pass it here, Daniel Jones. They are going to pass it, and it's a streak route. We gotta bait this up. No, okay, we get a sack. That's fine. Come on, offense, let's do something here. And let's go. They tie the game. Are you kidding me? All right, now we gotta lock up. Cannot give up the big play in this situation, and Nick running step for step with the streak is going to get tried, but we got some kind of weird animation. I don't know why that happened, but we get hit with the back shoulder throw. Now the Giants can potentially kill the clock and get a field goal. That is brutal, dude. Can't believe that happened, and they're gonna get an even better position here. We're screwed. Some big mistakes for Nick, potentially costing his team this game, as the Giants are just gonna run it up the middle. Okay, 8 seconds left. We pretty much need him to miss the field goal. We're up to the mercy of the sim, and we are gonna take the loss. Just brutal for Nick. He is responsible for this one in large part. Just incredibly frustrating. We had our chances to make plays, but Daniel Jones had a 95% completion percentage. So we're gonna need a bounce back win today against the Vikings. And offense starting it out with a pick 6. This game is gonna be an uphill battle for sure, I think. Nick's gotta try to come up with some big plays here, and going one-on-one with Aaron Jones is able to get him on the ground, kinda. And we got a 3rd and 6. Vikings are gonna go to the air, and Nick's guy ran a bizarre route. We did not cover that well, and it'll be 4th and inches. So we're down 10-0 going into the second quarter. Man, offense has got to get it together in this one. And so far, just not a lot of action for Nick, trying to help out in any way that he can right now. And Minnesota going right back to the ground here. I don't know where our defense is right now, but when Nick's not getting turnovers, this team just struggles. Down 17-0, something's got to happen here soon, and there we go. Was waiting on that streak route, and Nick finally gets his first pick of the day. Unfortunately, not going to be able to return this thing, so I don't think offense is going to be able to score before half. It is possible that it might be too little too late, but we'll see, man. One pick 6 could really turn things around. But okay, we cut the lead to 7 with 3 minutes left. Might just have a chance in this one, and oh dude, I thought he was going to come to us in the flat. Instead, McCarthy scrambles, and we are just not able to tackle him. That was a big play for the Vikings, and they are going to be able to get the first down despite Nick laying down a big hit. We go down to the 2-minute warning, and looked like a broken play for Minnesota. Okay, we got a 3rd and 8. Let's see if they pass the ball here. Looks like they are going to do just that, and Nick manned up against the drag route. Oh, throw me the ball, man. I don't know where that one was going, but offense is going to get it back with 3 timeouts. All right, let's see what happens here. Offense is going to take it to overtime. You got to be kidding me. All right, how about we clutch up here? Minnesota gonna run the ball, and Nick will help out in the tackle, dealing out some more punishment. And we've got a massive 3rd and 7 with all the momentum. McCarthy is going to roll out, and Nick trying to get him into the backfield will help out with a sack. I think that's probably just 0.5 of a sack for him, but the first of his career. Didn't have one in college either. So let's see if offense can win it. All we need is a field goal, and somehow we get the dub in our 4th game. I thought that there was no chance in this one. 1 pick for Nick, but 7 total tackles. None of them solo tackles though. 3 and 1 feels a hell of a lot better than 2 and 2. We got the Steelers today, and sit down. Nick has won just about every time he's tried to hit stick this season, and on the drag he's gonna fly in again. Anytime we can get the hit on that tackle assist, it's crazy. Nick is tackling great in this game, but nonetheless, Pittsburgh is moving the ball. His teammates are gonna have to step up. Steelers continue to march, going with a halfback screen here, and Nick's gonna get a one-on-one with Najee Harris. Sit down, bro. Nick is actually going crazy, and it's not even mattering because his team cannot stop this offense. We'll try a little cover 2 here, and long developing play for the Steelers. Nick's gonna try to lurk up the flats, but they go to Hardman, and down by 2 scores. I mean, we've been here before, right? Defense is struggling, but our offense needs to do something too. Only 3 points in the first half, and Nick just not getting opportunities at turnovers right now, but his teammate will get one here and comes up big. Okay, you gotta go catch this in. That's Arnold, who had the pick earlier in the season. An offense only getting 3 points. It's gonna come down to Nick, man. We gotta try to bait something up, and we're gonna do just that on the streak route, but Nick might be beat a little bit here. It's gonna have to be a perfect ball from Wilson, and it is. is a one-handed catch from the Steelers receiver, and Nick gets beat. And that is gonna bag this one up. Nick sells again, and we take our second loss of the season. I don't know what's going on with the boy, but he's never gotten beat deep like this. All right, next up we're taking on the Eagles. Great chance to get back on track in this one as Nick's man going in motion and running a streak. We are all over that. Give me that, Jalen Hurts. And with offense already having scored a field goal, this is off to a nice start. Hopefully they can get some more out of this. Okay, 10-0 feels nice, and man, these games go by so quick with the 5-minute quarters. Need to shut down the Eagles before halftime here as Nick perfectly covers up the out route and Hurts just goes over the middle. 2 turnovers on the Eagles' first 2 drives, and we are really in business now. Unfortunately, offense turns it over, so the Eagles have it in the red zone before half. And running the same play Nick got the pick on before, I don't know why they thought that would work the second time, but it does not, and we get our second pick of the day. Nick is finally having another good game, thank God. We are looking excellent in the third quarter, and Nick is just locking down everything in man coverage right now. He's not trying to get beat again, but all Philly needs is one play to get back into it. Gotta keep being careful, and no, man, you are not throwing over Nick in this game. I don't know why they keep trying him, but he has a shot to crib this. He will have to tiptoe down the sideline, and it does eventually get caught. But 3 picks going absolutely crazy against Jalen Hurts. Defense has just been so elite in this game. Offense hasn't been as good. It's 13-0. Just gotta close this one out. We're getting down to under 3 minutes left, and Hurts is gonna scramble. That'll keep the clock moving. All right, we got a 3rd and 2 here. Nick is in the deep half, and we'll just have to come down on the little hitch route. Eagles really threatening to score here. We're in the same coverage, and we cover up the corner route, but I did not see the post coming over top, and Nick gets cooked. I strafed up just a little bit too long, and this could get scary. The Eagles have the ball back with under 2 minutes left. It would be absolutely brutal if we somehow choke this away, but they've got a long ways to go with only 1 timeout, and trying to go to the flats here. Nick will lay down the hit, and dude stayed in bounds. Time is really running out for the Eagles. We're in man coverage here, and they're going to the other side. I was worried that was going to be a deep completion. Okay, 3rd and 9. I don't know what coverage to call at this point, to be honest. And oh man, they're going right at Nick. I was not ready for the flat route. Thought he'd try to throw the corner, but the Eagles do have to take their last time out. All right, 24 seconds left. This is it, man. Come on. Hurts is going to throw it out of bounds. With 11 seconds left, we're going to go to a cover 2 man. The Eagles are going to have to take a shot here and just run in corner strike. Oh, dude ran a double move, but Nick is still on it, and Hurts just has to throw it out of bounds. This is going to be it, man. 1 play for the Eagles, and they're just going with a Hail Mary. Hurts is going to chuck it up, and let's see. Nick is trying to spot up, and oh no, dude. I think we got an illegal contact, so they might just get another play here. And oh my God, they gave us a defensive pass interference, and they have it on the 1. Are you kidding me? Bro, there's actually no way. That's insane. Eagles now have a chance to win the game. This is unbelievable, and Hurts is scrambling. Nick has a shot at him and makes the tackle somehow. One of the clutchest plays of his career after a near disaster, and we barely get out of there with a win. 3 picks for Nick. It was a roller coaster, man. That was a huge win. We had to get one eventually. We had a few rough goes of it there. Now we're taking on Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Hopefully we can get the dub today against this fraud quarterback, and he is going to try Nick on the first play. Give me that, and let's take it to the house, man. Nick is on a hot streak finally, dude. Great way to start out this game. I do always think it's kind of fun to play the slot corner. Back on the outside here, and Purdy is just going to take a sack. Our dude screamed in. Okay, 3rd and 19. You know I'm trying to bait up that deep route. Oh, but our guy just runs a hitch, and Purdy going to the other side. Please tell me that's not a completion, dude. Are you kidding me? 3rd and 19, and we give that up, man. Not a good look at all, but Nick locking up in zone coverage here. 49ers have got it 3rd and goal at the 6, though. Got to box up here, and I know just what this play is. We got to cover up that corner route, and Purdy flush from the pocket. Good job from defense to hold him to a field goal there, man. And hey, offense getting off to a nice start on their first possession. This one's feeling good, and Nick is going to get tested deep again. I baited that up, but we are step for step running the route for the receiver, and a nice little chance to return this too. Let's put offense in good position, and man, if we get a little blowout in this game, all of a sudden the playoff hopes are going to be looking really nice. Yes, sir. We got an 18-point lead. We're on the verge of being 5-2 against the toughest part of our schedule. Just got to make sure these guys don't score before halftime, as I'm trying to bait up for the 3rd pick. They just go over the middle though. Clock is running here. Time taking under 40 seconds, and uh-oh, Nick might be cooked. No, we got a good recovery, but dude, I did not expect him to throw that for some reason. Took my eyes off of the receiver, and we miss out on a free pick, but for some reason they complete the ball in bounds, and a ton of time is going to run off the clock. Terrible clock management. So we're going to head to halftime with a 21-6 lead, it looks like. Definitely can't take the foot off the gas here. We've seen what can happen at the end of these games, but Purdy trying to hit the corner route, and I think Nick was on it. His teammate ends up getting the pick, and that's a play that could potentially put this one away. Purdy, you suck. This game has turned into a blowout. I'm just trying to see another pick, and Nick trying to bait something up in the back of the end zone. I don't know where that ball was supposed to be going, but we're all over it. And man, this stupid camera still has not been fixed, man. It's been in the last 3 Maddens. It's probably been in more than that. I don't know why this is something that they just cannot figure out. Like, do they know it's in the game? Why have they not fixed it? And hey, another 3-pick game. We're starting to get back on track for some of our season goals. I think Nick should be back up on that MVP watch now. I guess they don't actually have the MVP watch up yet, but if you look through here, man, Nick has gotten defensive player of the week quite a few times. All right, let's keep it rolling. Big division game against the Packers. Looks like we got a little rain game today, and oh god, I fell asleep at the wheel. We are torched, but somehow Nick is gonna catch that. If Love even put a tiny bit of air under that, it was a touchdown, but somehow Nick jumps up and gets to it. And this is nearly gonna be a pick 6. We keep the interception train rolling. What could have been a disaster turned into a great start for this game. But on the Packers' second drive, they're already moving the ball and going to the air here. We're in the cover 2, and I can't see what's happening, but it turns into a Green Bay touchdown. So the Packers are kind of back in the driver's seat in this one, and they're just running the ball all over us. Nick's got to step up and make a play when they do decide to go our way, but oh my god, dude, I don't know what that route was not expecting it at all, and Nick gets fried. Maybe the worst he's gotten fried in this entire career mode. Not a good look at all. The mistakes in coverage from Nick have just been way more frequent this year for some reason. We just got to keep plugging away though. And Nick sitting in man coverage here is gonna box up the out route and actually comes off of his man to try to lay the hit. Nick is not gonna stop playing risky just because he got beat once. But man, the Packers really moving the ball again. We can't let them score before half. Just 18 seconds left here, and they're gonna go to the flats. Nick is all over that sit down, and I think the Packers are probably just gonna punt here. Luckily, offense goes down and gets a field goal, but man, since that first drive, our defense has just been hapless, and we're already headed into the 4th quarter. Need to play here in the worst way, but Nick sitting in the cover 2 just doesn't get down to the flat quick enough. We keep having to try to do too much and getting sucked into these other routes, and Jordan Love is gonna take off here and will get into the end zone. Packers with a 2-score lead. But hey, you never know. We've shown some comeback ability earlier in the season, but offense gets nothing. This one's looking pretty dire, and I think Green Bay is just gonna run the clock out. Our only shot is to get some kind of forced fumble or something, but the Packers surprisingly gonna pass it here, and okay, that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. Maybe offense will give us a shot. It's gonna take a miracle, and they actually did score, but it just took way too long, and that's a huge loss, man. Nick had the 1 pick, but definitely not his best game, and getting beat really hurt us. The good news is we do have Nick up to an 86 overall, just slowly developing those skills. It is finally letting us check out the MVP awards, and Nick once again sitting at number 4. He hasn't been able to get over the hump of getting above some of these quarterbacks, but sitting at 14 picks, and we're not quite halfway through the season yet. He's definitely on track for 30, and that's been with a couple of pretty mid games too. Need a bounce back game against the Broncos desperately, man. We're both sitting at 5-3, and offense starting it out strong, and dude, we keep laying these big hits. Why is it not giving me a forced fumble? One thing that's just been consistent in the Sabaka family, they've all been able to lay the lumber. Some of the hardest hitting cornerbacks ever seen in the game, but Denver moving the ball steady. We got 1st and goal, and Nix is just taking off, makes a nice move, but he fumbles, and freaking Denver recovers. Our luck has not been good. This is where Nick needs to make a play, and here we go. We got our streak route. For some reason, this is like all that Nick's been picking off lately, but we'll take it. I will say, it is much less satisfying to pick off a streak than it is to pick off something else, because it's just so easy sometimes. But a lot of these offenses, it's just hard to figure out what they're doing, hard to bait up other routes. I think if I played like 10 seasons of cornerback on Madden, I could probably get it to where I'm getting like 60 picks a season. I definitely will be better at cornerback on college football and Madden 26, because it took me a while to get a feel for like the new gen mechanics. Always kind of a learning curve with that, and man, we are just getting cut up in the secondary. Nick's gonna get taken off the field as that got the Broncos into field goal range. See, like a lot of these routes, I'm just trying to keep up with them, make sure that we're not leaving them open. And then the routes that I know that I can bait up, I focus more on baiting. Sometimes the quarterback throws it even when you don't bait it up, but I'm hoping to get to the point where I can recognize some of these plays a little bit more. Right now, I'm just trying to play coverage so that I can like cover every route if I need to, basically. I will say I am kind of interested by the idea of playing a little bit deeper into Nick's career. The problem is these Madden videos take so much longer to record. You can end up having like 20 games in a season, which is hard to put out one of those a week. And the Broncos continuing to just march it down the field. Our defense really has no answers at this point, and they've for the most part done a pretty good job of staying away from Nick. Bo Nix is having a pretty solid game. If we take an L here, the playoff hopes might start going down the drain a little bit, as Nick is going to have a chance at a sack but gets shaken off. Man, I wanted that stat. And that's going to take us to the fourth quarter at 10-7. Need a goal line stop here. Broncos are going to run it, and the blocking is pretty nice. Dude almost snuck in, but we get him down at the 1. All right, huge play here. 3rd and goal. They could pass it, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. They got the slant wide open. Damn, man. All right, how about a touchdown from offense right here? All right, we are going to have a chance. With over 2 minutes left, they could still pass it here, but they are going to run up the middle just 1 yard. Come on, Bo Nix. Throw me a pick one time, dude. Okay, they are actually going to pass it, and oh, almost a great play from our slot corner. Instead, it's going to turn into a huge game. That's brutal. Good news is, dude got out of bounds, which stops the clock, and oh my god, Broncos going to pass it again here, and yeah, I was not expecting that corner route. So now we got a 1st and goal situation. We're going to have to start using our timeouts. Another bad coverage by Nick at an important moment, man. But on 3rd down, a chance to potentially make up for it. The Broncos are going to pass it again. I can't believe it, and going to the back of the end zone, they are going to get the catch. And we're going to take another loss. Another 1-pick game, really not cutting it. I mean, I don't think there was a whole lot that we could do outside of that corner route miss. So another divisional game here. This one is a must win, and oh my god, guys, did we just get a stop on 3rd down? This is never before seen, it feels like. Unfortunately, offense has done basically nothing so far. This has been a boring game. And on 3rd down, Nick is kind of beat on the slant route. They're just going to go to the other side, and man, we see it again. Defense not getting off the field there. So Chicago's going to get it on the goal line. Gotta try to make something happen here, but they go over the middle. 3rd and goal, I'm sensing this is just a run, and they go to the right side. Okay, we finally got to stop. Hopefully they don't go for this. They're taking Nick off the field, but sometimes they fake us out, and then the other team winds up with a touchdown. Okay, we do hold them to a field goal, but offense is getting blanked right now. Really just need those boys to start giving us something, as Bear's trying to go with a shot here. I was hoping he'd just huck that up, but Williams is going to get stacked instead. Come on, Caleb. Throw us the ball one time, buddy. I know you want to do it. Sit down. 3rd and 10. I'm feeling that streak route coming here. Nope. Okay, another. Oh, okay. They just ran the ball. I guess we'll take it. Offense. Please. Score right here, boys. Time's actually running down in the 3rd quarter at this point. Yeah, man. This is frustrating. Our defense is actually like playing well in this one. It's been a smart game plan from Chicago, though. They really just haven't taken any chances. Hopefully that changes here on 3rd and 3. As nope, they're just going to run the ball, and Nick thought his man was running a slant. Can't contain the outside. And just like that, Chicago is chewing clock. Going to the air here, though. I was not expecting that, and it looks like they're going to hit the corner route. Man, I couldn't get up too high on that because we had to protect the flat. We needed our safety to knock that ball out. Last chance now. We got to just sell out for the run, and we'll have a 3rd and 3. I really don't think they pass it here. We'll see. Nope, they are going to run it, and okay, we get the tackle. 4th and 2. Offense, just score one time. Okay, shockingly, they're actually going for this. And let's see. It is just going to be a run, and we get blown off the ball. The Bears are going to hand us another brutal loss. 3-0 final. Just disgusting. We didn't even get a chance to make a play. The coach is out here talking about the losing streak, asking what we can improve. Yeah, I'm going to say the offense on this one, dude. I feel like low-key after we said this last season, the offense actually got better. All right, coach seemed to have responded to that well. Asking Nick what he's supposed to do to step up. Bro, we've caught 15 interceptions. It does look like offense is going to be playing a little bit better against the Bengals, and Nick getting tested on the corner route. Yes, dude. Finally, we got a pick on that. That one feels real nice and a good way to crack open this game. Just like that, we got a nice 2-score lead going into halftime, and Cincinnati trying to Hail Mary here. This ball is going to bounce around, and oh man, Nick had a shot at the tip drill. That would have been a nice little addition to the stats right there. So yeah, 13-point lead coming out of the half. Bengals are running it here, and Nick all over that. Let's go. Defense is playing better today. We got a 3rd and 11, and Nick is in man coverage. Kind of got cooked, but his dude on the other side of the field apparently got cooked worse, and this is going to turn into a tutty for the Bengals. But okay, offense, they got 28 points on the board. Definitely lit a little bit of a fire after last week. It is also possible that the Cincinnati defense is just trash, of course. Sitting at 3-6 with a Joe Burrow-led team is pretty crazy, and right now he's just thrown to the flats repeatedly, as the Bengals just kind of hanging around in this game threatening to score. This is where another pick would be great, and Nick trying to bait that up, but they just go underneath. And Jamar Chase cutting this to a 1-score game. Nick got a little late hit in there. All right, the Bengals have got it with no timeouts, 47 seconds to tie the game, and just going play action here. We get the game sealing pick. Nick's teammate coming up big, and we are going to get the bounce back dub. Another 1-pick game, kind of mid, but I felt like we played good coverage all day. We got the Bears again in this one. I feel like Nick really needs like a big statistical day. Give me like 4 or 5 picks, man. Unfortunately, the Bears just went ground and pound last time we played, as Caleb Williams taking a big sack on second down. Okay, so we'll have slot man coverage on 3rd and 18. Let's see what we get here. Looks like, nope. Okay, it's just going to be a crosser, and he will dump it off. Great first series from our defense. This is already a better game from our offense. 3 points compared to 0 points. I'll take it. We'll see how much more we get from them today, as this time on 3rd down, Bears just run it and we can't stop them. Bears have got it down into the red zone. We got another 3rd down, but this time we do lock up Caleb Williams. Our defensive line's getting some decent pressure in this one, actually. So much for the 5-pick game. The Bears have like barely thrown the ball at all. This one's just at a stalemate right now, but the Bears are going to pass it here, and oh no, it looks like this is a deep completion and they're gonna get a touchdown. I don't know what happened on the left side, and it looks like DJ Moore just straight up cooked our guy. That's a crazy throw from Caleb Williams. Offense was able to get a field goal, and apart from that one play, defenses continued to play really well. Another stop. We just need these guys to score a touchdown for us. After being perfect against the Bengals, they're not getting anything done, and I believe Nick's been targeted 0 times during this game. Bears have basically had the exact same game plan as last time, shockingly going with a 5-wide look here, and they actually passed the ball. Okay, I am kind of expecting a pass here on 3rd and 5. Let's see what we get. A little bit of motion. I know that we're expecting an out, and Nick is gonna lurk it up and pick it. They ran the same play before, and Nick is not fooled twice. A potential game-winning pick 6 at the most crucial time. The biggest play of the season for number 2 right there. Let's go, dude. Now we just got to keep everything in front. 3rd and 5, and Bears are going over the middle. Williams has him. This is the problem with running cover 2 man. They can kind of slice you up the seams, and Bears going play action here, testing Nick again, and oh man, he was right there for the pick, but their wide receiver got a hand in. That would have been a beautiful way to end this game. Instead, it's 2nd and 10, and now the Bears are well into field goal range. Man, the one time we can't come up with a pick like that, that's brutal. And the Bears marching right down the field here and going to Nick on the fade ball. Bro, I was not expecting to throw that quick. That's so hard to guard. And Nick's game-winning touchdown potentially erased. Please, offense, you've been worthless this game. Give me 1 touchdown. Come on. Come on. No, they couldn't do it. Brutal, dude. Nick can't believe it. He's gotten beat for more touchdowns this season than he has in his entire career in what should have been one of the most clutch games he's ever played. And we are all of a sudden below 500. Okay, so I misspoke. We're not below 500. 6-6 definitely doesn't feel as bad. But man, we 100% need a win today. And I'm still just waiting for another one of those breakout games from Nick we were seeing at the start of the season. But it seems like teams have finally figured out how to scheme around him. This is looking like it's going to be another tight one. Both sides of the ball have been playing decently well so far. And let's go. Offense responds to the Browns field goal with a touchdown. Just need to lock up. 1 pick could end this game. And oh, dude, we had a shot at one there, but didn't cut in quite correctly. Surprised Watson threw that. We're still able to get the knockout, and we're going to make up for it here, baiting up the streak. Let's go. That should hopefully bag it up. I was going to say, man, we can't go another game without a pick. Up by 18, we can just go for picks. And once again, Nick gets tested. Once again, not able to make the play. This is the point in the game where we see a lot of verts though, and you know what that means. We're gonna get us another one. See, if we just get up big, we can really farm interceptions from these dumb quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson has lost the plot. That is a nice win, and also a nice little boost to Nick's stat line. Offense actually did their thing today. It was big. Next up, we got the Falcons. Hopefully a little bit of an easier game. Just 4 games left in the season. Ideally, we run the table. Gotta check the playoff standings, but I think that's pretty much what we gotta do to make it. We're taking on Michael Penix today, who I do actually like a lot, but hopefully we catch some picks off him. This one's actually scoreless going into the second quarter, but not for much longer. Nick lurking up the flat, and this one's going to the bank. Getting a little early taunt out on the quarterback. He normally doesn't do that. Good way to open up the scoring. Hopefully offense can help us out the rest of the game. I have noticed that Atlanta runs a lot of those flat routes. We should be able to get another one before it's all said and done. Got a 3rd and 10 here. They're in trips. I am really sensing a vertical route, and that is exactly what we're going to get. I sold out for it 100%. And this is shaping up to be one of our better games, man. Nick is just barely going to get caught by Penix. These quarterbacks have been hawking him down. And look at the team celebration. I love when we get these animations. Gotta hold on that one for a second. 10-0 lead feels pretty good here. And right before halftime, Nick is going to get tested again. We were in the cover 3 and all over that, but can't make the catch. Rare drop from Nick. We've actually seen a few in these last couple of games. And on 3rd down, he crashes down, and that is going to be short of the sticks. Okay, defense really locking up. 0 points for the Falcons going into the 3rd quarter. That's not going to hold for forever though. We need to put this away. He got it down to the goal line here and running slants. Nick was kind of cooked, had the zone to help him though, so they go to the other side. It's a touchdown anyways. I have noticed, man, Nick's agility is a lot worse in Madden than it was in college football. Makes it a lot harder to pivot and cover every route with the same technique. And offense, of course, does not do anything. Falcons have a chance to get their first lead of the day here and find in Bijan, man. I really thought he was going to try us on that out route. There have just been so many close games this season. Another third down here, and we're seeing a corner route. Penix trying to roll out, and let's go. We got some defensive pressure, so we're going to have a 4th and 17. The Falcons, no hesitation there. And going the other way, we get the swat. Yes, sir. And that'll get us up out of there with the dub. Nick had a really nice game. Actually had 0 tackles, but 2 interceptions, including the big pick 6. And sitting at 8 and 6, we right now do have a spot as a wild card in the playoff. Now we're up against the Vikings for the first time this season. They're sitting at a surprising 4 and 10, but we have typically had trouble with them in this series. And hey, offense takes a long touchdown drive. That's exactly what we want to see from them. And defense looking pretty good to start this thing out. 2 straight stops. We're looking good heading into the 4th quarter. Defense is getting stops. Offense is like doing a little bit of stuff, but with a 1-score game and under 3 minutes left, we got to hang on. Just one mistake could cost us the season. And here's what I don't understand. How am I not credited with a solo tackle for that hit stick? Minnesota going corner, and dude, I was not vigilant enough. That's one that definitely should have been a pick. Now the Vikings are threatening to score headed down to the 2-minute warning. TJ Hawkinson's going crazy. Need to be prepared to stop the run here, and it is just a toss to the left side. Nick will range out and help with that. And man, still 0 picks for Nick on the day. I don't know if this is quite going to be his MVP campaign. It's looking like the Vikings are probably going to tie this up, but JJ McCarthy taking off here, and Nick is going to get the 2nd sack of his career. Let's go. Big time play will give us a chance now. And we're going to see play action pass. Oh man, I did not see the guy going into the flats. That's not good. So we got 3rd and goal, and once again, looks like the same play, and this time McCarthy goes to the corner of the end zone. I thought he was going to scramble. So we are probably headed to overtime. Got to clutch up, fellas. Nick has played well so far, but no picks yet. He is beyond due, but it looks like the Vikings are really just going to try to run the ball. So we'll be lurking up in the flats on 3rd and 3. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's another run. We force him back inside, and okay, we get the stop. Offense, go get us some points, boys. Just got to click the button and hope. And bro, how does you got to be kidding me, dude. 17-14. Somehow offense turns it over, and they just instantly kick a field goal, I guess. That is a harmful loss, but apparently we're still in the playoff picture. I guess it's just kind of a weak field this year. So we still got life going into this Washington game, but we gotta win these next 2 games to make the playoffs for sure. And still just waiting on that forced fumble to pop out. It's bound to happen eventually, right? I mean, we've had so many big hits. And Washington threatening to score already. Our run defense has not been so hot in this one. This drive has taken up like 4 minutes, but it would be real nice if we ended up with a goal line stop. Watching for corner routes on something on 3rd down. We're in the cover 2, and he's gonna throw it the other way. We get the pick. I don't know what Daniels was looking at, but this looks like it's gonna be a pick 6. That is a great way to start this out. 5-minute drive, and Washington comes away with worse than nothing. That's gotta be demoralizing, but they are back in the red zone already. 3rd and 4. I really wasn't expecting a run on either of these plays, but thankfully somebody makes a play. Nick teammates stepping up lately. Once again, we just need to close this game out. It feels pretty similar to the Minnesota game at this point. And one problem for me has been a lot of these games have been kind of boring. Teams won't throw the ball to Nick all game, and I find myself kind of on autopilot. Anyways, Nick has got to make a play here, and they have been running a ball a lot with the quarterback. We are going to fly in again for a big hit, and again, nothing to show for it. Hopefully, we're at least getting some wear and tear on this quarterback, man. This run will bring up a 3rd and 10, and for some reason, Nick's manned up on the running back. Look out for a screen or something here. Okay, no, he's running a wheel route, and they have the freaking curl over the middle. Come on, dude. Was really thinking that we were about to get tested deep. Instead, Washington will just be able to go right back to the run game. Bijan is killing us. These drives have been so slow and sustained. We got him to 3rd and goal. Just trying to protect the flats here and hoping to bait something up. Daniels is going to roll out, and Nick will have to make a tackle, but he just throws it out of bounds. So 4th and goal. We'll see what we get, and they're coming out in a bunch formation. Daniels scrambling again and has the back of the end zone. I guess that was technically Nick's zone, but we had to cover all the stuff underneath. All right, please offense. Please, guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Okay, at least we tied it. I feel like we got to try to bait something up after what happened last week. But okay, they're just going to run it. I guess we'll just let the clock run out. Overtime it is. How about a game-winning pick 6, boys? Or the other side of the field could get cooked, and the Commanders could already be in field goal range. They have had some kind of adventurous drives on our side of the field, but at this point, our offense isn't even going to get a possession. They're already down to the 2-minute warning. So it feels like we need to force a turnover. Nick's man running a slant, and they go to a curl on the other side. Now they are most definitely in field goal range, just chewing some clock. As this time Nick's man runs a curl. Dude, you gotta throw me the ball. And shoot, I didn't even realize I should have been using my timeouts there. The Commanders are sticking to the aerial attack though, and Nick's man ran a hitch, but I saw that fade ball coming open deep. We needed to cover that. 3rd and 1, let's see what we got. Looks like they are just gonna run it, and they are just gonna pick it up. And that is our last timeout. Need a miracle here. Okay, they actually are going to pass the ball. Please throw a pick. Oh, dude, it looked like we had number 0 right there. They're throwing the ball, boys. At least we got a chance. And they're throwing it right to Nick. Let's go, dude. We got to take this back. We got to take this back. Let's go. This is going to be a game-winning pick. Washington was going into the end zone to win it, and this is probably the most clutch play of Nick's career. Pick 6 to walk it off. Are you kidding me? Potentially saving the season with that play. Wow, our first pick of the day too. That was crazy. Going into the last game of the season now, Nick has 22 interceptions, so we're probably going to be short of last year's mark. But remember, I'm running with 5-minute quarters, and we're just about leading the team in tackles. That'll bring us into the final game of the season, where we're taking on none other but the 11-5 Green Bay Packers. This is a team we could actually potentially face in the first round of the playoffs. Packers are already driving the ball, and Nick is going to get fried with the double move, but makes up for it with the hops. Just a stupidly thrown ball by Jordan Love, and I'm hoping we can take this to the crib, but we are going to get run down. Still a huge play from Nick there. Unfortunately, offense has been terrible so far. They're turning it over, giving the Packers the ball in great position. Looks like they're going with a tight formation here. We got the flat, and oh, dude, just played the out route a little bit wrong. Otherwise, it was a pick 6. Those feel like picks that we kind of need when offense is struggling like this, but Nick manned up against the tight end here and is going to bait up the out route again. This time he gets it, and this should be a crib call. He's just going to have to beat Jordan Love. The camera's glitching out, and he will get around him. Absolutely huge. Nick is clutching up when it's most important. So despite offense's bad performance, things are looking pretty good here, and the Packers going with a play action before halftime and trying Nick. We had safety help, and I think that caused Nick to drop the ball actually. Okay, so 3rd and 5. Nick's man is going to fake him out with the curl. They go to the other side and pick it up. Kind of surprised the Packers are being this aggressive and really expecting a streak ball. Instead, Nick's man will go to the post, and the Packers have the corner. Oh, we cannot get fried that bad in this situation. So 1st and goal, 10 seconds left in the half, and trying to bait. It is going to be a throw out of the back of the end zone. I expect the Packers to kick the field goal here. Well, offense finally gets a touchdown coming out of halftime. That's huge. Need Nick to keep clutching up, and oh, we almost bait up the out again. So close to potentially putting the game away on that, as Packers just run it here, and there was nobody apart from Nick on our side. Gonna go man here on 3rd and 8, and watching for a corner. That is exactly what we're gonna get, and man, we had it covered perfectly, but the middle is open. Jordan Love can't have that much time to work. And that takes us to the 4th quarter. This is gonna get intense. Feels like we might just need one more big play from Nick, and oh man, he's gonna target him here. Was not expecting the ball to come in. I expect the Packers are just gonna go for it if we get him to 4th down. Need to make that 4th down as tough as possible if we get him there. 3rd and 7, and this is definitely that corner route situation. Love is gonna throw it up, and oh, 47, buddy, you gotta have that one. Does look like the Packers are actually gonna kick it though. How about offense just goes and kills the clock here? Okay, they did not. They didn't even get us good field position, and it feels like the Packers are due for a touchdown. We gotta be smart, but in man coverage, of course our guy on the other side gets cooked. Man, this makes me so mad. 2 interceptions from Nick might just not be enough, and they're gonna go to the corner and get the touchdown. Like, bro, I just don't. So offense is going to have a minute left, as the Packers are going to go for 2, and it didn't look like he got it. They're going to give it to him though. All right, offense, you've been mid all season, but I'll love you if you go and get a touchdown here. Our season comes down to this. We click the button, and oh, okay, they got us a field goal. I said touchdown, I really meant field goal. Offense is going to start out with the ball, and they go right down and get a touchdown. We win 3 overtime games in a row, and Nick balled out, had 2 interceptions, put the damn team on his back. But we got to give a shout out to offense. They clutched up, and we are in fact taking on the Packers in the first round of the playoffs. Offense wasn't able to score on our first drive, but we do get solid field position. And okay, 3rd and 2. That flat came out a little bit quicker than I was expecting, and Nick trying to bait up the slant here. Love is going to take off. We got a one-on-one tackle situation, and they're not going to say he got the 1st down. Offense going right down to get a touchdown, maybe emboldened by their ending to the last week. And another 3rd down. line here. Big opportunity to get ahead, and Nick is gonna get tested. Tried to dive for the pick, but couldn't quite get it. That would have been crazy. Tough to get beat in that situation. We got another third down here, and once again are gonna get beat. Missed opportunities to extend the lead in this game. I'm really just not expecting a whole lot more from the offense at this point. Nick is gonna have to make a play eventually, but after clutching up in the last game, they're not gonna come this way, and here is a glitch that really makes me mad. They have not fixed this. It's been up for months. Every time you make contact with a blocker on a screenplay, it gives you an illegal contact penalty. I would bet you that that's going to be in Madden 26 too. Someone from EA has got to sit down and actually play this superstar mode, bro. Packers putting another steady drive together, trying to lay down the hit. Still no forced fumbles on the year. At least none that I can remember. Maybe we got one early in the year or something. I'm trying to manifest getting one in the playoffs. As of yet, we have really not been able to get off the field on third down. This time the Packers going with a play action. They are going to go to the flats, but Nick is just owning these Packers running backs right now. All right, looks like they're going to go for it. Let's see what we got. Nick's man is running a slant and trying to pick that off. Oh, man. So the drive continues. Nick's in man coverage, and we are going to lurk up the corner route, and this time we played it perfectly. Let's go. This is going to take us to the end of the fourth quarter. Wish we could have taken that to the house, but Nick finally makes his play. Please, offense. Let's go. Offense clutching up against the Packers again. We're in a great spot here with 3 minutes left, and they're just running the same play we got the pick on. This time Jordan Love taking off though, and dude, there's just no way. There's no way that we go to overtime again, right? That would be wild. Packers in the tight formation, and they're insanely gonna go back to this play again. I thought we were on it, but dude, we're in a shorter corner, and Nick just slightly underneath it, like we've seen so many times this season. And yep, dude, we're headed to overtime again, but offense starts it out with a touchdown. I don't know what's gotten into us that we're getting into all these overtime games, but we've got a potential to walk another one off here. Nick baits up the post route and can't come down with the pick. Man, seems like it messes him up anytime the safety's there. Well, matched up against the tight end, he was on it, but somehow just can't make the play. That was a perfectly placed ball, and they're gonna give us pass interference. Really? Okay, that is what it is. We're gonna try to bait up the streak, and oh my god, he tried to throw a back shoulder. Thankfully we get the knockout. Nick really normally has trouble defending that back shoulder throw, but was just barely able to get the right angle, and on second down we get the sack on Jordan Love. Yes sir. All right, defense, 3rd and 15. Let's see what we got. Looks like it is streaks, and he's going deep. Okay, we get the swat. I was nervous, and I'm gonna try to send the dogs on 4th and 15, hoping we can force a quick throw. And let's see, Nick is baiting it up deep, and the ball is gonna come. No bro, he got mossed. He got mossed. Are you kidding? Oh my god, that is so brutal. I thought we played it perfect. The ball just went right through Nick's hands. That just cannot happen there. We had the game-winning pick. Now a 1st and goal from the Packers, and they're going to the corner of the end zone. Oh my god, that was a risky throw. What is dude doing? Come on, Jordan Love. I know you got another pick in you. We got to find a way here, and he is going to take off. Somebody tackle this man. Nobody will. That is just brutal. All right, offense. Let's see if they can do it again. They can. Let's go. Offense is going crazy. Despite Nick getting lost, we get the dub. What a wild series of games. A pick for Nick. It wasn't all perfect, but he's just happy to get the dub. So we go to the second round of the playoffs, taking on the Seahawks. It is gonna be hard to keep this crazy win streak going, but at this point we got magic on our side. And Seahawks actually going bubble screen to Nick's man here. Was not expecting that at all, and it's gonna turn into a huge gain. I think they scouted out the way that Nick plays man defense a little bit. Just gotta bounce back here. We got 3rd and 10, and they're going with halfback screen. Nick's gonna have a one-on-one and sits down the running back. We have seen that a lot this year. This game is definitely gonna come down to the wire. We got a defensive struggle on our hands. Almost feels like it's about whose offense is gonna score a touchdown first. We need to make sure it's not the Seahawks. Big 3rd and 5. Come on, boys. We've been pretty good on 3rd down, but they're going to the sidelines, and oh, okay, they said he only got 1 foot in. Offense turning it over though, not good. We just need a pick in the worst way. Kind of feels like they barely thrown the ball, and they're gonna go with a screen here. Running back's got his X factor lit, but Nick's still able to make the tackle. Okay, another 3rd down. Let's get it. Nick's in the flat here and trying to bait up the flat route. It's gonna be a deep ball. Please tell me this is not a touchdown. Okay, and offense gets a big touchdown. I'm not trying to go to overtime again, but oh no, dude, I bumped our man, and it was at the worst time. He was guarding DK Metcalf on a fade route, and the collision is gonna turn this into a touchdown. Bad luck. And shoot, man, now it's looking like we might lose in regulation, but Nick is getting tried here on the streak. Once again, a back shoulder though, and he can't quite pick it off. Oh, frustrating stuff there. They're going to the seam though, and Nick's teammate gets a pick. Yes, sir. Now offense could potentially kill the clock and win the game. And and they get the touchdown. 33 seconds left. And we are just going to go backed off cover 2 man in this situation. Make them go all the way. They got no timeouts. I'm going to go nuts if they somehow find a way to get this to overtime. Just 7 seconds left. They're going to go Hail Mary and we get the hit. The one thing that we cannot do here is accidentally bump one of these receivers and take a stupid pass interference. And Geno, flush from the pocket, is just going to have to chuck it up deep, and it's not even going to get there. Nick would have picked it off if it did. And we are headed to the championship game, clutching up again. We have come a long way, boys. Cannot choke at this point. I've invested too much time in recording this video to not get a championship. Not kidding. I've been recording for like 4 hours today. I'm exhausted, but I'm still enthusiastic, dude. These last few games have been crazy. You know, it's some good games when I'm getting excited after recording for 4 hours already, but I am going to be furious if we don't finish this season right. And okay, the Eagles going to pick up the 3rd down. Somehow our guy doesn't make a tackle and Nick has to get involved. After a sack though, we got him to another 3rd and 11. I'm trying to bait a little something up here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Give me that, Jalen Hurts, and let's take this to the, oh nope, Saquon Barkley, or no, that's not Saquon Barkley. And offense staying on their hot streak. Let's go, fellas. Love to see it. And Nick navigating the cover 2 perfectly here. We had to make sure we covered up that corner route. I'm feeling a pick here strongly. We really have not had a 4-pick game in a very long time. Could we do it in the championship game? I sure hope so. But sadly on this route, Nick gonna get toasted up by the curl. I was not expecting that for some reason. Moving below 2 minutes left in the half. I would love to bait up another streak here. Instead they go the other way. What happened there? 2nd and 10, we're going cover 2, and they're gonna go to the out. Oh, I thought we had that baited, but a little bit of air under it. Let's box up, boys. Looks like a curl. That's exactly what we're gonna get, and Hurts is taken off. We stop him just short. I expect they're gonna go for this. They're taking Nick off the field though. Okay, I guess not. They did the running off the field animation and everything. And the Eagles actually gonna pass it here, and they got Smith wide open. And horrifically, offense turns it over to start the second half. Barkley goes right up the middle, and the Eagles are on top just like that. Offense has suddenly gone silent, and the Eagles have a chance to like maybe put this game away. We are not built to come back from down 2 scores. We got a 3rd down here that could honestly maybe be the game, and they just hand it off too easy. The run game with Saquon and Hurts has been tough to stop, but Nick coming downhill trying to make that forced fumble happen. That really would have just been the perfect time for it. Eagles gonna pass it here though, and we got that boxed. Hurts is gonna take the sack. That might push him out of field goal range. And okay, I feel like the verts are coming here. I'm gonna try really hard to bait this up. Please, Hurts, please, man. Nick had so much room under that, but Hurts takes off and is gonna pick it up. Of course, no forced fumble, and things look dire headed to the 4th quarter. It seems like the magic might just be running out. They're running all over us at this point. Holding them to a field goal is not enough here. We need a pick, and they are actually gonna pass it as, oh, dude, I was not expecting a dig route. Are you kidding me? Smith ran that so fast too. Are we really gonna die on that? Okay, offense gonna get a touchdown. We need to get 3 timeouts. Stop. I don't think it's gonna happen for us, boys. Gonna go all out blitz, and Nick can't make the tackle. Barkley is gonna damn near pick up the 1st down. And how do the Eagles have this good at field position? What? Just gonna run it again, and okay, we get a little tackle for loss. How about a crazy forced fumble here? 30 seconds left, and they are going to run it with Hurts. He is just wide open, and that is going to crush our season. It was a magical one, but comes up just short. Pretty tough. We started out this game nice too. Once again, Nick's gonna fall short of league MVP. Didn't actually even make the list this year, which is crazy because he finished with 1.5 sacks, led the team in tackles, 24 interceptions, and okay, we actually did get 1 forced fumble. I didn't remember that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. We'll see if Nick can bounce back in the 3rd season and take his team to the Super Bowl at last. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.